Hey everyone, hi. In this video, I just wanted to share a very important aspect of documentation for Ainp, which is the job letter. So this is a real life email that I got for my application. Um, I've removed the sensitive details, but this is the RFI or request for information I got. Um, so what this shows is the importance the immigration officers are placing on the immigration on the job letters, right? So job letters for individual companies might be different in a different format, so there is a no standard format for that, but you should make sure that the job letter that you are getting should have these bullet points, right? So I'll just quickly go through it. It should be on the company letterhead, that's obvious. It should show your job title, yes. It should show your position that you are working on in the company, your salary and wage, your breakdown of your salary, basically your basic salary and your bonus, or any kind of breakup you have, breakup of your salary you have. Duration of employment. Duration of employment, if your employment is for a specific period, it should show a duration of employment, but in most cases it should show the start date, and it should say something like your employment will continue till you resign or something like that. So duration of employment and the start date is very important. Working conditions. Now working conditions basically means where you will be working from. Now since this is for Alberta immigration, it should say that you will be able to work in Alberta, right? You might be working somewhere else in Canada, but you're applying now, but your offer letter or the documentation that the company gives you should say in some shape or form that you will be working in Alberta if you are given this PR, okay? And that your employment in Alberta is a full-time employment, or which is 40 hours per week. So this bullet point I think should be on the top, but yeah, I'm sure it's not in order of importance, but very important. If your job letter just says he'll be working in Canada, they will not accept it. It should say you will be working in Alberta. It could be any city in Alberta, but it should say you will be working in Alberta. It should show your job duties. Basically, job duties are normally what work you will be performing in the company. This again, your company will have a standard verbiage for that. It should be signed by you and employer. Yes, like any job offer letter, it should be signed by both of you, and it should have an employer contact information. So this contact information could be an email ID or a website or a phone number, where if the officer wants to call and verify, they can do that. In my experience, they do call or they do send an email. I've contacted few people now, so I know that this is happening, and they do that to make sure that this offer letter that you are giving is genuine, the experience or the position that you are saying that you are working on is genuine, and things like that, which is a good thing, because this offer letter will also be used for your express entry profile when you finally submit after you get an ITA, right? So it's kind of preparing you for the future. So that is what I wanted to cover, and just to emphasize the importance of job letter for this presentation. I have a screenshot of the reference letter earlier. I cannot have a screenshot of the job letter because it's not a standard format. But make sure you cover these. This letter and the reference letter are the two very important letters. My reference letter, so I have prepared one more video on the reference letter, which is basically something similar to that, but a real life sample where I have covered what should be covered on the reference letter, what point should be covered, and here is the point that should be covered on the job letter. This exact bullet points are also mentioned on the checklist, so I have one more video on the checklist for Ainp, so have a look at that also. It will give you much better idea on all the documentation requirements, what individual documents mean, and what is required in those documents. So it will help you. Many of my friends and including myself have went through this process, and we know precisely what to do. So yeah, that's it from my side from now. And if you have anything, let me know in the comments, and I'll be more than happy to help. And till next time, see you in the next video, and all the best.